What's up, guys? My name's Jonathan, this is my Cannon, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Cannoneer. Now today we've got the conclusion part of a project that PCBWay and I have been working on for a little bit together, making the world's largest phosphor slug to fire out of our cannon here. Now if you guys didn't catch that video, I'll link it somewhere up here. They made the mold, I made the projectiles, but you guys also suggested in that video that it's probably going to tumble based on the dimensions of the projectile and the bottom shape and things like that. So I know that's a possibility, but we're going to find out today if it does tumble or if it spins and fires like it's supposed to. But if it does tumble, we'll redesign and hopefully get a working V2 that we can test out in a later video. So don't come for me in the comments just yet. I know there's a possibility that it's going to tumble, but we're going to find out anyway. So before we head on over to the range, and I'll give you guys a close-up look at the design of our phosphor slug at the moment, and we'll find out if it tumbles. You guys go ahead and drop down below and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I really appreciate it. For those of you guys that have, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to want to keep up with all the fun stuff that we're going to be shooting with the cannon here and out of the cannon that's coming out in some future videos. And if you guys are maybe interested in sending us a design of your own to test out of the cannon here, all the information for the subscriber shot special will be down in the description below. And last but not least, I'd like to take just a quick second to thank PCBWay, the sponsor of today's video. They made the awesome mold that we're going to be using to test out for our phosphor slugs today. If you guys are maybe interested in using some of PCBWay's services, things like laser engraving, CNC work, custom printed circuit boards, 3D printing, full resin printing that you can make an action figure of yourself with, all kinds of other services that you guys might need to bring your design from just something on a piece of paper, something that you can maybe hold in your hands and maybe sell to clients or things like that. PCBWay is your one-stop shop to check them out. So if you guys are interested, all the information for PCBWay will be down in the description. Be sure to use my link as well. Also, if you're interested in maybe picking up some of the designs that we use, some of the molds that we use to make our custom projectiles, that information will be down there as well. So I'll meet you guys over at the range in just a second, and we'll see if those things tumble or if they fly like they're supposed to. Okay guys, today we're going to be shooting our giant phosphor slug that we made using our PCBWay mold. I stole a page from Jeff over at Tear Flare to Mouse's channel and put a stripe on the bottom, so hopefully our camera will be able to pick up some rotation if they rotate. A lot of you guys wanted us to make a deeper cavity. We're going to shoot them as they are for right now, and if it doesn't work out, we will increase this cavity. So we'll see what happens. But this is what we're going to be shooting with 400 grains of powder. We might up it to 8 for some distance depending on how they shoot, but we got one of them loaded up, so let's see what happens. So I figured out if I aim my chronograph very carefully at the target, even with a metal background, I'm still able to get some readings. This one came in at 760 feet per second. Okay, y'all, we got some level 3A body armor down there. Our lead cannonballs usually don't go through it, so I'm not assuming this will go through, but let's find out. Now this one you can see tumbled like crazy. Our chronograph spit out about 720 FPS for this one. I'm not sure if I trust that because of the background and we didn't hit the target. Swing and a miss, let's reload. This shot spit back 812 FPS. Well, we hit it, but I missed it on my high-speed camera, but let's go check it out up close. Now we gotta find it. Where it went, I have no earthly idea. I wish I got that on my high-speed. Oh, here's the plate over here. I'm not real sure what happened, and I'm really sad that I didn't get that on the high-speed. But that's what that looks like from the back. That's what that looks like from the front. Sorry I missed it on the high speed, you guys, but there you go. Okay, y'all, I did find the vegetable juice can. Looks like we just winged it up there somewhere, so we didn't even blow it up. So let's load up another one of these and put some ballistics gel down here and see what happens. Okay, guys, we got another phosphor slug loaded up, and let's see if we can take out our ballistics gel with it. Don't forget, we're going to drill out the base of these if they're not quite accurate, so let's find out. 617, let's go see what happened. Honestly, y'all, I'm not quite sure if we hit it or not. I don't think we did. If we did, we hit it right there on the top, but it looks like it just broke. But let's put this back up there and see if we can take it out with another one. This shot measured in at 712 FPS. Hey, we got it that time. Let's go check it out. Okay, y'all. Way over here's the gel. Doesn't look like we're hitting it directly on, but we did. Look like we got it on the side there. Again, one here and one here. So maybe we hit it on the top. That one we did get on the high speed, so we will definitely have to check it out. These are not super accurate. So let's make a bigger target and see what we can do with those. Okay, y'all, we got our ironclad down there. You guys have seen us shoot that before. I think it's gonna be one of our standard targets. Let's see if we can put a big old dent in it with this Foster slug, if we can hit it at all. No chronograph reading for this one because our background's metal. But some really cool sparks there, and you can see it blew out a big chunk of wood on the back of that target. Dead center. Let's go check out that giant dent. Okay, y'all, here's some chunks of lead down here. And there's a piece of our fork and spoons from earlier. So let's flip over our plate and look at that big old dent that we left in it. There it is. Beautiful little splatter. Looks like it may have hit sideways, so we'll have to check out our cameras and see, but that's the damage from that. So let's load up our last target here and see what happens. Y'all, walking around out here, I did just find the slug. So that's what's left over from our Foster slug that bounced off that giant steel plate there. So it's quite hot, but you can still see the rifling on it. It's kind of neat. Okay, y'all, we got our last shot with our Foster slugs. Aimed at the dead center of the little red spot down there on our giant stack of catalogs, so hopefully we can catch this projectile and I can show it to you guys. So let's touch it off and see. This shot came back at 682 FPS, and they really look like they want to self-stabilize, but they keep flopping around and tumbling all over the place. So we'll get them redesigned for V2 and see if we can make them fly like they're supposed to. Okay, y'all, it looks like we hit it on the side there. So these things have a little bit of play in them. They're not precisely accurate, but let's take a little bit of a closer look and see what we did. Yep, just skim the side there. So not the most accurate things on the planet. Maybe if we add that little base in like we're talking about, it'll improve the accuracy, but that's for a later video to find out. Well, guys, they tumbled. It is what it is, and I can't say as though I'm really surprised given what you guys suggested in the last video when we made them, but they tumble, and that's just what it is. So we will redesign them. We'll get a working V2 out of our cannon here. You guys suggested that I basically leave only about a quarter of the slug full of lead and the rest of it just empty hollow base in the middle there. And if you guys have any other suggestions on what to do with that, leave them down in the comments below and I'll be sure to take those into account when we redesign for V2. So I appreciate you guys hanging out here till the end. If you guys did enjoy this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you got any questions or comments about our cannon, go ahead and leave them for me in a comment as well and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Appreciate you guys hanging out here till the end. Once again, guys, my name's Jonathan. This is my Cannon, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode with a hopefully working Foster Slug and a couple of the Cannoneer.